Good morning, everyone. I'm Chris Honorado. You're watching 13 Now, where we always like to remind you at the beginning, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll get the News Channel 13 updates all day long, all week long, with breaking news, the day's biggest stories, and, of course, the first warning forecast. Speaking of, meteorologist Christina Talamo coming up in just a couple of moments. But first, an update to this Schoharie limo trial that is expected to start in May for Nauman Hussain. He's the man at the center of this case, and it took a step forward yesterday as the attorneys and judge put their plans on the record. Hussain is facing 20 counts of criminally negligent homicide, 20 counts of manslaughter as well. That's one for each of the people killed when the limo crashed in 2018. His attorney tells us in News Channel 13 the court expects to call, there you see it, 1,500 prospective jurors, 500 witnesses to be subpoenaed, and it's expected to be a 6-week trial when it all gets started on May 1st. That's despite efforts to have it delayed by about a week or so. We expect that trial to start on May 1st. Speaking of starting, another extension to the New York State budget. And that means workers will get paid this week after a second extension on the budget was voted on by lawmakers and then signed by Governor Kathy Hochul. The governor says the lawmakers lost a week because of the Passover and Easter holidays, and so the new deadline is now in place, and that is Monday, April 17th, so next Monday. Meanwhile, the owners of a Washington County gun shop say they are fed up now after their store was broken into for a second time in only 6 months. This is Calamity James, and this time police say a 15-year-old stole 14 guns and then ran from police. The Washington County Sheriff's Department says it received a ping for a burglar alarm shortly before 2 a.m. Police arrived at Calamity James and started chasing the suspect. They caught up to him, recovered the guns and ammunition. Now, last year, so just 6 months ago or so, 11 people were charged in connection with robbing Calamity James of 32 guns. Promised that first warning forecast. Let's get to it now with our meteorologist, Christina Talamo. You really just sit back and kick your feet up this week, Christina, right? Because we're just going to watch the temperatures rise a little bit and we'll dip into summer before this thing's over, right?
Yeah, not a busy week in the Weather Center by any means. We're going to feel briefly like summer. Then, of course, we'll get back down to reality next week and feel a little bit more like spring. But it'll be nice while it lasts. We'll see those temperatures into the lower 80s by the end of the work week. Lots of sunshine, really going to shape up nicely. Let's take a look at that camera in Albany, your CDPHP first warning weather cam. Already at 53 degrees right now. Notice we are seeing some clouds out there, and some areas are dealing with more clouds than others. Mixture of sunshine and clouds is what we can expect throughout the afternoon. And I do think we'll see more clouds through the second half of the day than this morning. Temperatures are mainly in the 40s and 50s now. 50 Saratoga Springs, 50 Duanesburg, 54 Cobleskill, 50 Glenmont. Cooler in the Berkshires, 42 Pittsfield, 33 Great Barrington, right at 41 in Bolton Landing and Lake Pleasant. High temperatures, though, this afternoon, even though we'll see a lot of clouds around, we'll see highs in the upper 60s and the lower 70s, especially throughout the Hudson Valley. So a mild day today. We'll actually see some gusty winds picking up, and that's going to help kick those temperatures up with a west-southwest breeze. Satellite and radar showing some of those clouds streaming in from the north and west. High pressure off to our south, but we are tracking a disturbance north of the area, and that actual low pressure system will track off to our north and east, but we will see a wave of low pressure move across the area today. So more clouds around and gusty winds developing because of the pressure gradient between those two systems. Cold front will sweep through in the overnight period. Could lead to a few sprinkles, mainly in the Adirondacks overnight. Otherwise, winds, that's the main story today, gusting up to around 35 to 40 miles per hour this afternoon and evening. And for that reason, we do have a fire weather warning in effect. This is through 8 p.m. tonight. Areas in pink, Albany on southward, parts of Vermont, the Berkshires as well, because of just how dry this air mass is. So dry air with low humidity, combination of the gusty winds, that could lead to the elevated risk for some fire spread today. So do keep that in mind. Any fires could spread rapidly, and we also have that burn ban in effect until, I want to say, May 14th there. Today, highs lower 70s, pleasant, breezy, though, this afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds. Next several days, highs in the lower 70s, few more clouds around through the first half of the day. Wednesday, But then Thursday, Friday, lots of sun, highs in the 80s, mid and upper 70s still for Saturday or Sunday. But after Friday, that'll be our peak day. We could reach a record high before we see those temperatures start to drop off. Feeling a bit more like typical spring by Monday and Tuesday of next week, where we typically should be with temperatures this time of the year. And we'll also see our next chance for some showers with a front moving through, which looks like right now to be Sunday night and into Monday. But for now, going to be feeling like summer. Nice stretch of some dry weather.
Pretty unbelievable. All right, Christina, good stuff there. We'll take it even for a short bit of time, as long as we can get it in mid-April. No complaints from me. Thank you, Christina. Of course, Christina's with us every weekday morning on News Channel 13 today from 5 until 7 a.m. We do this every single weekday as well at 9 a.m. here on the News Channel 13 YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us here on 13 Now. Have a great Tuesday, everyone. I'm Chris Honorato.